Everyone, welcome back to SREEDHAR'S CCE. Let us get started with today's SBI PO mains level paper. First section, it starts with questions that have 2 marks each. Okay, so these are all inference questions, and what you need to do is there is a small paragraph above, and you need to pick one of the options which carries the same meaning as the above paragraph. You need to understand the paragraph very carefully. If not, you may make mistakes, but remember, your hard work will pay off here, because whatever the context that you have understood, you can easily get the answers here. Okay, now look at this. Using DNA analysis, a father-daughter pair was found. Okay, what was used here? DNA analysis. What was found? Father-daughter pair was found. Continuation. A Siberian cave is where they were discovered to have lived some 50,000 years ago. So after finding that father-daughter pair in Siberian cave, after the analysis of those DNA samples and all, they found out that they lived around 50,000 years ago. Okay, next. Neanderthal social structure was revealed. Something was revealed. Okay, this social structure was revealed by the discovery of additional relatives. So it's like a family tree. The family tree was revealed after the discovery of additional relatives. Now let us try to find out the same meaning here. Neanderthal social structure revealed the DNA analysis. See, the DNA analysis is not revealed by the social structure. The social structure was revealed by the discovery of additional relatives. Okay, so it did not reveal the DNA. The DNA was just an analysis. Okay, so it did not reveal. First one is out. Next, DNA analysis identified. What did it identify? A father-daughter pair that lived in Siberian cave about 50,000 years ago. Exactly correct. And the identification of other relatives revealed the social structure. So after finding out the other relatives also, they found out the social structure, like who is the father, who is the son, daughters, and family tree. Second one is absolutely possible. Look at the third one. About 50,000 years ago, a father-daughter duo was found. See, if you do so, what actually happens is, whatever the finding that they have recently found, like whatever the recent thing that was discovered, that was actually found 50,000 years ago. That's not correct. The father-daughter's DNA samples which were collected, they said to be the old of 50,000 years, but they were not found 50,000 years ago. So third one is wrong. Next, fourth one, a father-daughter pair that lived in Siberian cave around 50,000 years ago was discovered through DNA research. Okay. On the other hand, another thing is, other relatives identifications were revealed by the social structure of the Netherlands. Okay, but remember, this social structure was revealed by the other relatives. Other relatives did not reveal the social structure. Look at this. Social structure was revealed by the additional relatives. Additional relatives did not reveal the social structure. Okay, so they were revealed by, look at this, relatives were not revealed by the social structure. Actually, they were not revealed by. If you use the combination were revealed by, that goes as a passive. Look at this. Relatives were were revealed by the social structure. Look at this. Social structure was revealed by the discovery of additional relatives. So that goes as the opposite combination. If at all social structure, this one is here, the social structure was revealed by the relatives, that is acceptable. So they both go opposite here, not possible. So fourth one is also wrong. So answer should be used only with the second. Next, 122. The Avars ruled Central Europe from the 6th to the 18th centuries. There are some people, the Avars, they ruled Central Europe. Okay, from when to when? From 6th to the 8th centuries. Their origin was long unknown. Previously, the origin was not open to the public. It was not known. Later, after some time, studies determined that they originally came from Mongolia. Okay, clear. Now look at this. Studies revealed that the fact that the hours dominated. See, domination and the ruling both are different here. We are actually speaking about the time period when these people ruled some area but not dominated. First one is out. In spite of their origins being, look at this. When you use the combination of in spite of, you are actually referring to something which is in contrast. Contrast cannot be used because there is no contrast here. Okay, second one is out. Next, third one. The origin of the Avars who ruled Central Europe, possible from 6th to the 8th century, was long unknown. This looks good, okay? But studies determined that they originally came from Mongolia. This is okay. The origin of the Avars, let us look at this. Avars ruled the Central Europe from the 6th centuries. Their origin was long unknown. But look at this. The Avars who ruled the Central Europe from the 16th to the 18th century, this origin was long unknown. Okay, looks good, but I find some improbability there. But look at the continuation. But studies determined that, okay, they originally came from Mongolia. Remaining part is okay. Look at the fourth one. Between 6th and the 8th centuries, the Avars dominated over Central Europe. It is not domination again. They only ruled it. So as we have already eliminated the first one, we can also eliminate the fourth one. Now out of the four options, which is the best one? Only third one should go with the answer. Next, 123. Investments in fossil fuels has fallen. Investments were in fossil fuels. These investments have fallen. Okay. The replacements for fossil fuels. See, I am investing in the fossil fuels, but I am not presently trying to invest in the fossil fuels. Now I need some replacement, right? Instead of fossil fuels, I need to replace something, some other investment. The replacement for fossil fuels are being adopted gradually. Gradually, the people are trying to invest in some other things. When they are actually comparing the investments with the other investments, okay? Comparing with the investments of the fossil fuels with the other investments in the different areas, this comparison, the investments for such replacements are much less. That means, let us say, now I actually am investing in fossil fuels. Now I want to change the area where I am investing. So when things are compared, like many people like me, when they are actually compared with the combination of different investments and all, so there need to be some replacement. If I am not investing in fossil fuels, I want to invest somewhere. So the place where I want to invest, the alternative which is there, that is much more less in comparison. That means people are not finding proper alternative. Okay. Now look at the options given properly. Look at the first one. The process of finding replacement for fossil fuels is more than the fall investments in the fossil fuels. No, we are not actually speaking about the process. No process is mentioned in the sentences. The sentence looks odd. Next, investments in fossil fuels, this one, have fallen faster. This is okay. Faster than the pace at which their replacements are being adopted. That means investments in the fossil fuels is going down, but there is no equivalent replacements of the investments. So that is what they have. Second one looks good, almost close. Next, the number of investments in the fossil fuels has been decreasing, okay, more than that of their replacements. Even third one also looks good, but if you look at this, the number of the investments are going down or the number of investments are going down. Investments are going down directly. The word number makes little bit difference from the second one. If we compare second and third one, second one looks better than the third one because we are directly speaking about the investments. Next, fourth one, the replacements of the fossil fuels have become ready for the use. Are we speaking about something that is ready? No, they are already telling that something is much lesser. So we cannot conclude it as saying ready, not possible. So out of 2 and 3, I would obviously go for the option which is best, that is second one. Next, 124. Yeah, bit lengthy. Look at this. NASA launched, sorry, there is something above more. Yeah. In the year 2022, saw many interesting events in space exploration. Where? In space exploration. This is very important point. Remarkably, that means namely, first one, NASA launched the first flight in the Artemis program. That is first achievement. Second one, to the people's surprise, the first astonishing images from the James Webb Space Telescope were released. That is second one. Third one is, for the first time in the history of mankind, man became successful in changing an asteroid's orbit as well. See, we are speaking about three major and important space exploration events in the year 2022. So first one is NASA launching the Artemis program. Second one, speaking about James Webb Space Telescope. And third one is changing the asteroid's orbit. Okay, now let us look at this combination. First one, the first Artemis flight was launched by NASA, and the James Webb Space Telescope's best photographs have been made public, and for the first time mankind has altered an asteroid's orbit, and there were a lot of other exciting space exploration related events. What is another one here? Space exploration related events. See, the 2022 year, it saw many interesting events in space exploration, but here if you look at this, there were a lot other exciting space. See, do you see anything that is something like lot other exciting space events? No. So of course the points are mentioned here, but the last sentence makes something different. Let us look at the second one. There were a lot of exciting developments in 2022, including Artemis program's maiden flight launch by NASA. Maiden first, both of them are same. The James Webb Space Telescope's first photographs have been revealed. Okay. And for the first time, a human-made asteroids. Look at this. A human-made asteroid's orbit has been altered. Man became successful in changing an asteroid's orbit. That means people have become successful, but we are not speaking about, what is this point here? There is one point here. Look at this. A human-made asteroid's orbit. No, asteroid is not made by human being. That is a general knowledge, right? So man has become successful in changing the asteroid's orbit, but not the orbit which is made by the man. So second one is directly out. Look at the third one. Using the Artemis program. Is there something like using this? Artemis program has become successful, but it is not used for anything. That's not mentioned. So third one is directly out. Next, fourth one. A lot of exciting space exploration events occurred in 2022, with the best ones being these ones. Launch NASA's first Artemis flight, the James Webb Space Telescope's first astronomic photographs, and mankind is nothing but human beings, altering an asteroid's orbit for the first time. Fourth one absolutely looks correct. Answer should be used with the 4. If you compare 1 and 4, there is a difference when we read this combination. The ending part looks odd, but fourth one makes it very clear. So in comparison, answer should be used with the 4. Next, 125. Commercial fusion power generation is still decades away. We are speaking about commercial fusion power generation. Commercial fusion power generation is still decades away. That means we need so much of time. The net energy gain is a key milestone. So since this is decades away, net energy gain is the main point here. However, there is an opposition contrast. For the first time, more energy was released in a nuclear fusion reaction than was put in to start the reaction. Okay. So for the first time we are speaking about something that is more energy was released in a nuclear fusion reaction. Fusion is nothing but it's an ignition. Then was to put to start the reaction. Okay, instead of the reaction, the energy was more used for the fusion reaction only. Okay, now look at this. Although it is still many years away, we are not trying to contrast the above one and the below one. However is here, but that is not exactly opposite of what above that is said. So it is completely a different one. Next, for the first time, okay, a nuclear fusion reaction produced more energy. Look at this. For the first time, more energy was released. A nuclear fusion reaction produced more energy. Then the net energy gain. No. Then the starting of the reaction, but not the net energy gain. Net energy gain is completely different. The comparison is between fusion reaction and the start of the reaction. Okay, but here the comparison is completely different. Second one is out. Next, third one. A nuclear fusion process has now produced more energy than was used to initiate it for the first time, even if, look at this, even if it was achieved. Combination is, there is a condition. There is no condition above, even if is absolutely out. Next, the fourth one, the net energy increase is a significant achievement. Okay, even though commercial fusion power generation is still decades away. See, commercial fusion power generation is still decades away. The net energy gain is a key milestone. Instead of this, they were trying to use this. So this is obviously negative. This is positive. This looks good. So net energy is actually the point they want to use. On the other side, the commercial fusion power generation is still decades away. So obviously this negative, positive. Fourth one is very close. Continuation. But for the first time, however, continuation, but however and but both of them are replaceable. Okay, for the first time, more energy than was required to initiate a nuclear fusion process was released. Nuclear fusion process and the fusion release, both of them are compared here. So these two comparison is also done. So answer is more accurate with the fourth one. Next, 126. Idioms, this is section B. Section B, you will get only 1 mark. The previous one were, each one you will get 2 marks. Okay, look at this. You need to fill these combinations with the idioms given. A couple of wrong moves in the commodities market. Commodities market is nothing but like business market, like which we regularly use, like soaps, shampoos and all. These are all commodities. A couple of wrong moves, like the condition, the case is, there is a condition. If at all you make any wrong move in the commodities market, he's dash, he's what? Fallen head over heels, that means to fall into love completely. Next one, bent over backwards, that means to try to get something very difficult, try to get or try to achieve something very difficult, work very hard. Next one, he's back against the wall, that means you will be completely it is basic case of losing the ground for something. Another meaning is nothing but to get into debts completely. Next one, burn his boats. The meaning is do something that can't come to the beginning stage. That doesn't come back to the beginning stage. So if you look at these combinations, a couple of wrong moves in the commodities market, then immediately you will be into the loss completely. So one case that speaks about the losses completely is only one, and remember the answer that I am going to tell you is important with the meaning of financial losses. Financial losses. This financial losses is also used with this. For example, if you want to say somebody has completely gone into financial losses, you can also use this idiom. The idiom is nothing but back against the wall. Answer should be used with the third one. Next, 127. The beautiful view from the top of the mountain took my breath. This is already, answer is already given. I am not going to this. But look at this. Took my breath away is nothing but something that you feel looking at something and feel like something which is amazing. That's called as take breath away. So that's already given, need not to use again. Next, he always knew he wanted to come back here. That means he was absolutely sure that he wanted to come back, and he decided to break the new ground with him. It's not possible because the meaning of this idiom is nothing but to find something new, to make some innovation, that is called as break the new ground. Next, decided not to speak to him, doesn't go with the context. Next, handled him with kid gloves, that means to handle someone very carefully. Kid gloves is nothing but the way we handle the kids, to handle the kids very carefully. Next, fourth one, made no bones about it. Made no bones about it is nothing but is absolutely sure about doing something. When you have decided to do something, then you can say, I made no bones about it. That means I am not going to give it up. Now, he always knew he wanted to come back here and he was very sure about it. So, what should be the answer? The answer should be only used with the 4. Next. The veteran John was seeing, it soon became clear, was dash to conceal a heroin habit. The veteran John was seeing and he was dash to conceal a heroin habit. Look at the first one. What is the first one? Keeping him at arm's length. It is to maintain distance. Maintain distance with people or to avoid people. Maintain distance or avoid people. Next, second one, bent over backwards. We have already seen this. To struggle a lot, to achieve something. Next, see the other side of the coin is to see the other's opinion. Next, fourth one, pour cold water on him is to nothing but to criticize. To criticize. So out of these 4, we are speaking about some person who wants to conceal a heroin habit. That means he wants to keep it something away. He doesn't want to use it. Now what is the correct one that we can use? That should go only with the first one. Next, 130. I wasn't assigned any work immediately after my promotion. I got a promotion but I was not working at all because there was no work. The work was not allotted. I dash for nearly a week. Nearly a week I was without any work. Look at the words. All are common but there is little difference. Cooled my toes, cooled my ankles, cooled my heels, cooled my feet. There is only one that is possible. Actually toes are given, ankles are given, heels are given, feet are given. The correct one here in the context means as I did not work, I was just saying still, that's it. The word should go with the third one. Cool my heels is nothing but not to do any work. Next. Starters, let us look at this. We have 2 sentences given and 3 starters. As you already know, this is the important one. Like this will decide your exam, okay? Now look at this. The committee is meant to facilitate the state's endeavor to maintain and promote an ironic atmosphere in the city. What is the subject here? The committee. Look at the second one. It also aims to establish. It refers to what here? The committee. And I already gave you an important logic in this. When the subject of the 2 sentences is same, you can start your sentence using the word ing combination and start a phrase. Now let us try to look at the words. First one. What is the first one here? Aiming to. See, we have already the word aiming to. Aiming to establish a conductive milieu of coordinates, peace and pacification among us different communities residing in the capital. The committee is meant to facilitate. So obviously this is where you need to focus very carefully. The subject in the first sentence and the subject in the second sentence, if both of them are same and whatever the verb that is there in the sentences, one of the verbs can be changed into ing and we can start the phrase. That is absolutely correct, remember, okay? But the subject should be same. So first one can be absolutely taken. First one is our answer. Next, what is the next one? Whereas we shows the contrast. Do we have the contrast there? No, not possible. Next, what is the third one? See the difference. There is a space. If at all apart from facilitating is nothing but besides facilitating. That means facilitation is one case, aiming to establish something is another case. If at all there is apart from facilitating, that means besides facilitating something else, they are doing something else. But it is given as a part from facilitating. So that may be a typing error also, typo case. I would accept this mistake as a typing mistake. So it is not a part from facilitating, that should be apart from, there should not be any space. But actually there is a lot of difference between a part and apart. Okay, So in this case, you can consider this as the correct one only, no problem. So apart from facilitating, again what is given here? Facilitating. I already told you just before, when the subject of the two sentences is same, you can take the main verb of the sentences and you can form the sentence with the ing. Even third one also can be taken. So answer goes with the 1 and 3. Where is 1 and 3? That goes with the second. Next, 132. The Supreme Court refused to entertain a petition by students to postpone the NEET and the JEE. Students asked for the postponement of these exams. The Supreme Court said no. Next one, it recorded. It refers to what here? The Supreme Court recorded the exam authorities promise that all necessary precautions would be taken to keep safe the candidates. So these exam authorities said, please don't postpone. And students said, we want postponement of the exams. The Supreme Court supported the exam authorities decision, but it actually took the promise of them saying that they should follow or conduct proper precautions. Okay, and the subject is same here. Again, look at this. Now look at the first one. What is the first one? After recording, as I already told you, what is given here? Recorded, which is a main verb. The subject of the two sentences obviously same. I already told you, take any one verb, and in the beginner there is one indicator. What is that one? After recording. After recording these people's statement, the Supreme Court refused to entertain such kind of plea from the students. So first one can be taken, no problem. Next, what is next one? Since the exam authorities promised that all necessary precautions should be taken, here the word since gives the meaning of a reason. What is the reason here? These people promise that we will take care of the precautions. So stating that statement, this is the reason. The result is the Supreme Court refused to entertain a plea. So even second one is possible. Next one, what is the next one here? Refusing. What is the word here? Refusing. Where is the word refusing? Say again, the subject of the two statements is same. You can start with refusing also. Let us see. Refusing to entertain a petition by the students to postpone the NEET and JEE, the Supreme Court recorded the exam authorities promise. That is possible. So do we have all three combinations here? Yes, that goes with the fifth one. But remember, there is a slight difference. The first one and the third one, they speak about the events that happened side by side. These are events. But the second one is actually speaking about the cause and effect or reason and result. The relation is cause and effect, reason and result. But absolutely, the combination of connection is same. There is no much difference. So we can obviously go for that as a cause and effect also. So fifth one should be your answer. Next one. Mr. Prashant Bhushan, as a lawyer of good standing of the Supreme Court, may not be an ordinary man. So this guy Prashant Bhushan is not an ordinary man. Next one, his tweets do not say anything out of the ordinary. That means he doesn't just simply post the tweets that are ordinary, okay? Other than what is routinely expressed about the court's working in recent years by many on public fora and on social media. So he is like completely different one. Like he doesn't go with the normal cases, normal expressions and all. He completely has a new way of expressing the like things that go on in the court and all. So let us look at this. First one. Besides being a lawyer, when you use the combination besides being a lawyer, he should have some other profession. Besides being a teacher, if I do something, there's a combination I can use. So do you see anything that says besides being a lawyer he is something else? No. Actually there is a case as he tweets, but it doesn't speak like he is a social media influencer and all. No. Like, keep that on hold. Next one. What is the next one? Mr. Prashant Bhushan. Remember one more rule that I am going to tell now. Fixed rule this is. The rule is, remember, whenever a sentence, especially the first sentence, is starting with the starter as same. Look at this. The Prashant Bhushan as, Mr. Prashant Bhushan as. If the both statements for the first one and the starter are same, 100% you can take the answer without any hesitation. But the word to word it should be same. Even the word as should be repeated like this. If they don't give as also, no problem. But some other word should not be used here. The meaning immediately changes. So second one is directly the answer. Next one. While Mr. Prashant Bhushan is a lawyer or as a lawyer, when you use this combination while, it speaks about his two works. Like while he is a lawyer, he is also something else, just like the first one. So that is not possible. So answer should be used only with the two. Now there is no two option. Now tell me, what is the answer that we can take? There is no only two answer. So obviously all three are not possible. All three are not possible. While Mr. Prashant Bhushan is something else, not possible. Can we take 1 and 3? Not possible. Can we take 1 and 2? Is there any 1 and 2? No. So we need to take only 2. 2, 3. Okay, there is a case we can use. There is no 1 and 2. There is no 1 and 2 in the options. There is 1 and 3. All three are not possible. Now let me make a meaning here. Second one should be taken. So first option is out. Third option is out. Fourth option is out. Now what is left? Only 2 and 3. That means most probably answer should be this. But let me make a meaning now. What is the meaning? Look at this. While Mr. Prashant Bhushan, as a lawyer of good standing of the Supreme Court, may not be an ordinary man. While this person may not be an ordinary man, he is not ordinary man. He is so big guy. His tweets do not say anything out of ordinary. Here that doesn't go with the context. No, I don't think that sounds good. It's not just sounding only, but the grammar is also, if you say the word while, if it is not ordinary, this also should not be ordinary. So there is a little bit of improbability. He is not ordinary man and his tweets do not say anything out of ordinary. No, that doesn't correlate. But the best answer that you can find here is nothing but only 2. Only 2 should be the correct answer. Okay. Next, 134. That is RC. We are skipping that. Yeah. We have a question on vocabulary. You need to pick the pair of either synonyms or antonyms. We have the pairs here. The pair should be either synonyms or antonyms. Anything is possible. Look at the first one. What is the first one? Acidulous. Acidulous is something that is acidic or reactive. Something that is reactive or sour. Okay. Next one. Actuarial is something that is it is a statistical presentation. Statistical presentation is nothing but it's like you compile everything. You compile so much of data and put together, that is called actuarial. Next, barbecue speaks about something that is very fancy, something that is very stylish. Okay. Next one, plain, something which is ordinary, something that is common, ordinary thing. Next, dolorous is something that is very sad. The another word for this is doleful. Doleful is something which is being very weak or sad. Next one, ciliated speaks about the it is actually a biological word. It is a biological word. It is a medicine word actually. It speaks about the parts of human anatomy which are very, very small. Okay. It doesn't correlate with any options obviously. Now pick any synonyms or antonyms out of this. See, assiduous, that is very sour, very reactive. It can also be used with the scientific case. That doesn't correlate with anything. First one you can keep on hold. Fourth one also. Coming to B, barbecue. It's usually used with the decorative things. Like if you decorate some hall or some building with too much of fancy things, that's called a barbecue. And opposite can be plain, something which is common, ordinary, not too stylish. Okay, so BE can be used opposite. Do you have any BE? Yes. Any answer that we can find out? Other one, dolorous, which is very being sad and doleful. There is nothing like opposite which is happy, or synonym like something that is sad. Not possible. So only B is possible. Next, 142. Attenuate, another one is strong. Next one, perpetual. Next one, benevolent. Dogma, matrix. Dogma is nothing but a fixed belief. A fixed belief is called dogma. Matrix is a combination. it has many meanings. In mathematics it has meaning, in psychology it has meaning. Matrix is the combination of different things, different numbers basically, so they both are nowhere related. Next one, perpetual, something that is forever, something that is forever. Benevolent is being extremely good and helpful, something that is positive. Next one, attenuate is weakness, and opposite can be strong directly. But we need to know the words. Without knowing, we cannot do anything. So these two can be opposite to each other. There is a possibility. Perpetual, forever, for short, no. B cannot be used with any. Dogma, it is a fixed belief. On the other side, nothing is possible. BC cannot be paired with any. So obviously, our answer should go for AD. AD, that is there. That is the third one. Okay. Next, 143. You are required to study each of the bold statements and choose from the options one which is correct, contextual and grammatically. You need to pick only correct statements, okay? And you can eliminate all the wrong statements. Look at the first one. In all cases of extradition, the ruse of the accused were, look at this, the ruse of the accused. The ruse is noun number 1, of is a preposition, the accused is noun number 2. That is rule of NPN. So in the case of NPN, that is one rule, okay? In the case of NPN, the verb should come and agree with the first one. Now what is the first one? We have ruse, which is a singular noun. So the verb should be used with the was, not were. First one is eliminated. Next, in all cases of, is it the same? Okay, so you need to find out the sentence are same, only there are little differences. Let us find out. We need to find out the correct one. In all cases of extradition, the ruse of the accused was mainly to disputed. Look at this. It's not to disputed. There should be to dispute, just like the first one. So second one is also out. So third one. Look at the third one. In all cases of extradition, the ruse of the accused was mainly to dispute that he had committed an extraditable offense. So third one is fine. Do we have only three? Yes, we have the second one. Next, 144. Same thing. Sentence are same. We have little bit of changes. Okay, small changes only. Let's look at this. The London judge rejected all three contentions put out forward. It's not put out forward. You can either use put out or put forward, not put out forward. Look at the next one. The London judge rejected all the three contentions put forward by Mr. Modi's counsel, and this reflected the thoroughness with which the CBI had done its job. Okay, let us find out the difference with the third one. The London judge rejected all three contentions put forward by Mr. Modi's counsel, and this reflected the thoroughness with which the CBI had done its job. Both of them look good, look same. Is there any difference? The second one, third one look same. So if that is the case, we need to go with the fourth one, but they don't. That's a silly thing. Question should not be given in such a way. Let me check it again. I may miss something, right? Yeah, here is the difference. Let's see. There is difference. The question is not given in such a way. That's what I was thinking about. It's not three contention. It is three contentions. It is a plural indicator, right? So contention should be there. So it's not three. That should be only two. Goes with two. Next, 145. A third strategy was on trying to prove that the country seeking transfer of the offender did not fulfill human rights requirements, particularly in respect of, okay, in respect of hygiene in the prison in which he was proposed to be lodged. Okay, first one looks good. Let us find the difference now. We will get a clarity. A third strategy was on trying to prove that the country seeking transfer of the offender did not fulfill, no, it's not did not fulfill, did not fulfill. V1 form should be needed after do forms. Fulfill is wrong. A third strategy was on trying to prove that the country seeking transfer of the offender did not fulfill, did not fulfill. V1 form should be needed after do forms. Fulfill is wrong. A third strategy was on trying to prove that the country seeking transfer of the offender did not fulfill, did not fulfill. V1 form should be needed after do forms. Fulfill is wrong. the country seeking transfer of the offender does not is given here. What is given here? Did not. There's difference. Now, are we referring to something which was already passed? Yes. See, look at this. He was proposed. We are referring to something which was already done. So we cannot use does not, right? So answer should be used only with the first one. So do we have any first options only? Yes. Answer can be used with one. Yeah. Next. Connectors. The last section, okay. Sahil was passionate about environmental conservation. He was passionate, that goes as a positive. Environmental conservation, he wants to protect the environment. He dedicated his weekends to volunteering at the local nature reserve. So both are positive cases. This guy loves protecting environment and he works, takes out his weekends to volunteer. Look at the first one. Although is absolutely out. Although is a case of contrast, wrong. Furthermore, there is a case of possibility, however contrast. Next, for instance, for example, it's not for example, we are directly speaking about what he is doing, not for example. So answer should be only 2. Next, 147. His journey from a small town to a thriving metropolis embodies the classical rags to riches story. There is a story, okay, rags to riches. That means from from the slums to the rich areas, that inspires countless dreamers around the world. Okay, let us try to pick something. To illustrate is nothing but to get the extraction of something. That means to get the real meaning of something. His journey from a small town to the thriving metropolis embodies the classic rags to riches story. That means if at all you need to understand his life, you should correlate his life with the rags to riches story. That is called as to illustrate. That is absolutely a correct one. But let us check for the remaining. Moreover, not possible. That comes as the additional thing. In the light of is nothing but in the presence of. Presence of is nothing but something which is disclosed. When something is disclosed, you call it as in the light of. Okay. Next, despite is obviously contrast, not possible. So out of these two, in the light of and to illustrate, answer should be used only with the first. Next. The sudden drop in the stock prices caused panic among the investors. Okay. Caused panic, that is the negative one, leading to a wave of sell-offs. That means they started selling off and a sharp decline in market confidence. Okay, this is completely negative. So stock price started to fall down, people started to sell off their stocks and there is sharp decline in the market confidence. Financial institutions had to implement emergency measures to stabilize the economy. So one way the economy is going down, on the other side financial institutions like RBI and all, they want to stabilize the economy. Look at the first one, despite, on the other words, conversely, consequently. See, conversely, in other words, they obviously give the meaning as same. That means to illustrate. See, previously I had seen one word, right, to illustrate. So that goes as your answer. Now, one word is despite, another one is consequently. Now, let me tell you the difference. See, consequently speaks about the two different events, no problem. Despite also speak about two different events which are contrast. But remember, despite though it is a contrast connector, the word despite starts phrases. That should start a phrase. You see here, the both sentences, they do not have any phrase starter. The sudden drop in the stock price caused, sudden drop, subject, caused is a verb, that is a clause. Financial institution had to implement, had is a verb. Financial institution is a subject, subject verb argument, both of them are clauses. So can you tell me your answer? Consequently. Consequently is nothing but as a cause and effect. This is the cause and the effect is immediately. Consequently, they started implementing some countermeasures. So that should be the answer. Okay, fine. So that is it for this today. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope some of you are going to write the exam tomorrow and day after tomorrow and even the next week, the IBPS clerk examination. Be prepared. And in the last video, we had discussed some of the strategies. Try to implement those strategies if at all you are going for the examination. Be thorough with your location, like go 1 hour in advance at least. Don't forget to carry the documents that are needed to be carried. And after tomorrow's exam, we have the review session for the exam, each shift. So be ready with whatever the questions you have got. We will see you in the live session tomorrow. All the best. Be confident. Do well. Don't make negatives. Okay, avoid negatives. You will get good score. Thank you for watching.